so good job at that. Young lady that comes behind that heifer is fighting the chain quite a bit. When we move around the ring on that one, if I were you, I'd turn my hand over. I think it's a little easier, especially on those bigger cattle, to keep their head up when they're walking. If your hand's turned over the other way, and watch her, don't let her get too stretched out. When we get her too stretched out, it makes her look easy in her top line. Keep her put together. It'll level her back from the side. Let's give those two that we excuse now a round of applause. We'll see these two back in the final drive. Y'all can just go out and make the circle, because after this next heat, y'all come back in.
Coming back to the final drive of the intermediate, we
It's fine. Yeah, you can go ahead. Good job, buddy. Is that a knife sheath?
He told me it goes on a sew stick. Sew stick cutter. I didn't know what it was either.
Oh.
Coming into the ring for intermediate class B, Kaylee Stevens, Lindsay Stevens, Riley McDowell, and Savannah Johnson. We'd like to take this time to thank our gold sponsors, ViStar Credit Union, Alachua County Cattlemen's Association, Archer Automotive and Tire, and Circle H Ag Sales are all our gold level sponsors.
Okay, just like yesterday, pull up, make a loop, profile on this side. Come on. Come on. Everybody, pull up. Go this way, yeah. Pull up. There you go. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank Alachua Photography for taking all of our ringside photos complimentary, which is a fancy word for saying free. So you can get those photos either on their Facebook page or also County Youth Fair Lab on their page as well. So that's Alachua Photography. Thank you all for coming out and taking photos for this Alachua County Youth Fair.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
For the senior division, you need to start lining up. Heat 1.
And her name is Reba.
What's your favorite thing about Reba?
Probably her unique big ears.
Huh. She does have very fluffy ears.
Yes, sir.
You think she gets that from the Hereford or the Simmental?
Hereford.
She's cute. That's good. Hey, how are you? Is this, let me guess, percentage Simmental?
Sorry?
What breed?
She is a Sim Angus cross.
Yep. You know what bull she's out of?
And Angus.
What's your favorite thing about her?
I'd say her attitude, probably.
Okay. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You told me what breed she is yesterday, but I forgot.
I think I did tell you yesterday.
What breed is she?
Registered Angus.
She's an Angus. Cool. You know what bull she's out of?
She is out of conversation.
Conversation. Okay. What's your favorite part about her?
I really like her first 1/3. It's very feminine. I can't say the word right.
It's a hard word.
But I would like her to be stouter from the ground up.
Okay. How are you? Good. This fella, what breed is this guy?
He's a Lindsay.
How much does he weigh?
His initial weight was 725. Final weight was 1372.
Gained pretty good, huh?
Yes, sir.
You know what bull he's out of?
Crown Royal.
Crown Royal. Limousine bull.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite thing about him?
I really like his rib shape and his frame.
Okay. Go ahead and pull that one over there. What would you say is the most important part of showmanship?
I think the most important part is looking at the judge in the eyes and making sure that your cow is set up right and that you're in the right stance.
Okay, is your cow set up right now?
I mean, her front feet are really close together, and so are her back feet. So,
You should take her for a little circle and fix it.
yes, sir.
What do you think is the most important part of showmanship?
How you handle your cow.
Okay. Or what about how you handle it? Like,
Make sure you're the one that's in control.
okay, by getting her feet set up right, or holding her head right, or
I'd say all of the above.
okay, are her feet set up right?
For the most part.
Okay. What would you say is the most important part of showmanship?
Eye contact.
Eye contact.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Where does making your cow look its best fall?
I'm not 100% sure about that.
Okay.
I'm kind of confused about my question. Sorry.
All right. Well, I was just going to see if you said that making your animal look the best is the most important part of showmanship. That was the answer I was trying to get you to say. But a lot of people have different philosophies. Some people think eye contact's the most important. Some people think how far you get out in front of one's the most important. Some people think the animal's the most important. It's all subjective anyway. There's no right answer.
Yes, sir.
But, okay.
Thank you.
Good job. We'll just bring these two back for the final drive here in the next heat. The two young ladies that are left standing on the other side do a lot of the things that I've talked about in the last classes right. And as far as how they handle the halter and the stick and how they present themselves by getting off to the front of those animals, I think maybe we just struggle a little more pulling those cattle into place, and we end up using a stick too much on their feet, and then they don't want to stand still, or we don't get their feet exactly where they need to be. Keep up the good work. Congratulations to all four. We'll see these two back in just a second. Let's give them a round of applause.
Coming back from Class B will be Riley McDowell and Savannah Johnson.
Are you sending these out to come back in, or just leave them here?
That's all you.
Yeah,
Intermediate final drive.
let's pull them over here so they still have to walk into it like the others.
Intermediate final
Y'all
drive.
come right over
Aubrey
here.
McDowell, Brandon
Let
Leonard,
those two come in
Riley
first, and we'll put these
McDowell,
on there.
and Savannah Johnson.
Just hang out right here. The other two are going to come in, and then y'all go on the right side of them.
Today's show is also live streamed on Facebook and YouTube. You can go on there and see it. Yesterday we had some hiccups with the connection, so we apologize about that, but it's on there, and hopefully we have everything fixed pretty well. The gentlemen up here, we appreciate their work and helping everybody be able to see it at home.
Okay, take us for a loop, back to right here. I'm going to ask you a bit of a philosophical question.
Yes, sir.
Why do you show cattle?
I show cattle because I want a career in agriculture, and I think that showing cattle is one of the best ways to use teamwork and effort and to get into that agribusiness kind of idea of things in my future career.
I think that's a perfect answer. Good job. Can I ask you a bit of a philosophical question? Why do you show cattle?
I show cattle because I feel like it was a passion since I was little to show cows, and my aunt kind of started it for my grandparents, and so now I show for my grandparents at CNC.
Cool. Bit of a philosophical question. Why do you show?
because I love to do it, and I've been doing it since I was a kid, and it's pretty much all I know. It's the only thing I know, and I just love to do it.
And you're good at it, so. Uh-oh, showing your stick. Come on, get off the stick. Bit of a philosophical question. Why do you show cattle? There's no wrong answer.
I really like animals. I've always liked animals.
I'm sorry?
I've always liked animals.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandparents, their daughter shows cattle, so my son show it.
Cool. All right. Pull them both up. Really good set of exhibitors here in this intermediate final drive. I don't think we can go wrong with any of the four. And I asked quite a few questions, and some of them, or the last question I asked, I told them all before I asked them it was a philosophical question, so there's no wrong answer. I just kind of asked questions to see how kids will respond and see if we can hold a conversation. I heard somebody say the other day judging a show that they ask questions just for the sole purpose of conversation because it's one of the most important aspects of our industry, and I agree with that. So I went through and just asked some questions to see what they'd say, and they all gave really good answers. I like judging showmanship, but it's tough. It gets really hard. I think once we get down to kids of this caliber, we're just splitting hairs, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But it's just personal preference at the end of the day. So nobody hang your heads. You could come back in here in 10 minutes with a different guy or another judge, and they'd place you completely different. So just keep up the good work. I'm just to place you how I think it needs to go today, and I think all four are doing a tremendous job. But I thought there was quite a gap in terms of ability out here today between these two over here that are left standing on the rail. I think there's a lot of similarities between the way these two show, but then at the end of the day I can see some pretty big differences between these two. And the way that I see them, I see the young man, he shows he's more intense and he's more of a perfectionist out here. And what I mean by that is you see him take quite a few more loops than anybody else. If he don't like the heifer's feet, he just gets out and redoes it. And I like that. And I like his intensity. And I think if I step off to the side of him, the young man does a better job of handling that heifer's head relative to her frame size. He keeps her head up, but it's not awkward, and he doesn't let her fall asleep. He just keeps her right where she looks best, and he always makes sure she looks right, and I like his extra intensity. The young lady behind in the heat, when I asked him a question, I asked her what was the most important thing in showmanship. Of course, getting the animal to look right was first, and we looked down and decided that her heifer's feet weren't right. And I think That heifer just shows a little slower than the young man's heifer does, and as a result, the young lady's a little bit more relaxed. And when we let that heifer relax too much, she wants to get lazy, or her head wants to fall down, and she wants to fall asleep. We got to keep her awake, keep her head up, and maybe whistle at her or blow on her nose or something, and get her to put her ears forward and stay alert. It'll change her look from the side. These two are doing a tremendous job. Congratulations to both. Good job, buddy. The young lady that comes out in third, I think, as well, is doing a very good job. When we got them stuck over here on the side here in this final drive, we let that steer's front feet get too close together. And when we do that, I think it makes the point of his shoulder roll out. And if we spread his feet out just a little bit more, it'll make him look more comfortable from the side. His weight will be more evenly dispersed, and he'll just look more comfortable as I study him from the side. And when we take these cattle around, we stop here and we take them for a loop and walk out. Those two that went 1 and 2 used the whole ring. This is a small ring. They made sure to get out so I could see those cattle, and I appreciate that. When we take a circle, especially in a smaller ring like this, make sure you get out as far as you can go. And the young lady that rounds us out here in this class, again, I don't think she's doing a bad job. I don't think she was quite as quick to get things put together as some of these others. I don't think she's quite as intense. But when she does get that heifer where she needs to go, she looks incredible from the side. Congratulations to you, young lady. Congratulations to all four. Let's give them a round of applause.
All right, congratulations to intermediate showman. First place, Brandon Weber. Second place,
Can I get a water?
McDowell. Third place, Savannah Johnson. And fourth place, Aubrey McDowell. Entering the ring for senior showmanship, Heat 1, Jay LeBron, Aubriana Caldwell, Michaela Sweat, Caitlin Tuning, Melinda Carroll, and Bradley Kuhn.
Almost to the fence, right? Thank you.
I'd like to take this time to thank our silver sponsors, Mitchell's Catering, Blackwell Electric, Hobo Tractor Company, Canvas Josie Credit Union, KP Partner, or KL Partners, KPI Engineering, the family and friends of Ashton Hall, High Springs FA, GRE Signs, H2 Engineering Inc., and SGS Contracting Services. Thank you all for being our silver sponsors.
But we got quite a few more in the senior division, 5 or 6 heats or so. So what we're going to do, the cut's going to be quite a bit harder and quicker in these senior divisions. What I'm looking for is somebody that gets in here, gets that animal set up, they're squared up with the middle of the ring, with their heads up, looking right from the side. So what I did here is just let them work it out, give them a second to get set up. I picked the young lady that I thought was doing the best job in this particular heat. She'll come back and then we'll run through the next heats and take as many as we can. So just a note before we excuse all these exhibitors, we just talked about in the intermediate drive, and especially in a class with this many and a ring this size, we can't make a circle right here in the middle of the ring. Once you get past that last calf, you got to turn it and head it towards the gate and swing it out as wide as possible to leave everybody enough room. Let's put our hands together for this heat. We'll see this young lady back in the final drive.
Coming back from heat 1 is Alachua Caldwell.
Good job.
Thank you. Who do I line up?
Well, we still have like 4 or 5 heats left, so just go make a circle and hang out here, and then you'll come back into the final drive. Good job. Oh, I saw that sitting there. I thought that was yours. My bad.
Coming into the ring for heat 2 is Alexis Gimmelsberger, Abby Castles, Anthony Davila, Savannah McIntyre, Layla Paris, Carson Willis, Bailey Jones, and Katie Collins.
Class before and to know where they're supposed to go.
Try to keep it to 8 at max.
Heat 3, start making your way to the staging area. Heat 3.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not keeping too many. Am I going to get kicked if I walk through here? Maybe. I said, am I going to get kicked if I walk through here?
Just a reminder, on Tuesday, with the buyer's luncheon starting at 11:30 and our auction at 1, all the non-breeding animals.
Okay.
The goats,
Make a loop,
the
and we're
pigs,
going to
and the steer.
profile right there in that corner.
Support these exhibitors with their projects. You can do add-ons, you can buy the whole animal, or just a donation. So what did the farmer say when his fat pig wouldn't fit into the pen? There's more there than meets the sty. I apologize about some of my jokes, but most of these cows find them amusing.
Just make one lap and come right back to the same place.
I'd like to take this time to recognize our bronze level sponsors, TBC Services, JR and Crystal Richard, Whitfield Window and Door, Decker Construction, Jessica Davis, and Rick Williams Insurance, Clint Davis, Land Clearing, Mickey Friendship 4-H, 4-H Town and Country at Cornerstone, and Sanders Grading, LLC. Thank you all for your support and being bronze level sponsors.
Okay, pull up behind her. Everybody pull up.
Once again, please join us for the blood drive out front for local patients. Each 4-H and FFA chapter with the most donors will receive a prize. All donors will receive gift cards and special youth fair hats. Thank you, Life South Community Blood Centers, for coming out to the fair.
Okay, so we've got his back feet too far apart this way. So when I'm looking at him from that side, it doesn't look like he has any weight on this back leg because it's too far forward. Push that back leg back and loin him. He rolls up in his back when his legs are that far apart. How are you? She's a little scissored too far on the back, and then her head needs to go up if you can get it to. From here, when I'm over there, from here down, it looks like her head's running down. Let me just raise it up a little bit. When you make that circle, make sure you use a whole ring. Because there's too many in here. And so once you just get as close to that group of cattle over there as you can, then once you're past them, get on the rail.
Yes, sir.
It's hard to see.
Yes, sir.
This guy his front legs have been all over the place. I can tell he's lazy, right? He's hard to keep his head up. And so a while ago he had them too close together, and now he's got them spread out, and he just slobbered on me. We just got to wake him up if you can. I know it's hard. He's fat, but just got to wake him up. Got to loin him. See how high he is right there in front of his hooks? Just loin him, and it'll make him look completely different from the side. Just like that. Well, as we continue to work through the senior heats before we get to the final drive, I'm just going to go through and tell these exhibitors what I think they could do differently, so I'm not giving the seniors that are coming back any more hints than I'm giving anybody else. So I went through and talked to them all, told them what I thought they needed to do differently. Let's give everybody a round of applause. We'll see these three back in the final drive.
Coming back from Heat 2 will be Savannah McIntyre, Carson Willis, and Bailey Jones.
Go. Good job.
Thank you.
Oh, good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Coming into the ring for 3, Callie Bonacci, Logan Shine, Hannah Tuning, Ashley Mallard, Emma Rowland, Gavin Wood, Amber Rogers, and Kyle Thrift. Heat 4, please start heading to the staging area. Heat 4 to the staging area. Once again, on your way in and out of the arena, make sure you stop by the table to grab yourself some of the raffle tickets for that Texas trailer over there. Raffle tickets for the Texas trailer that's right there, donated to the Alachua County Youth Fair. Also, there's cut and wrap hog tickets there as well. What day of the week do potatoes hate the most? Friday.
Going right here. Yep. Stay as close to them as you can. All right, man. That's a big fellow. How much he weigh?
15.
Man, what breed is he?
He is a Charolais Santa Gertrudis Hereford.
All the breeds.
Yes, sir.
Cool. He's a big guy. Hey, when we walk him, when we take the circle, make sure you get as far away as you can. Yeah.
Far away from the rail?
No, as far away from me as you can. So get
away.
On the rail.
Okay.
Because
Yes,
this
sir.
ring's a little small. There's a lot of cattle, and so if you get in close, it's hard for me to see.
Yes, sir.
So make as much room as possible next time, okay? Hey man, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Watch those back feet. Don't get them too far away from one another.
Yes, sir.
And then if I were you, it's just personal preference, but I would turn my hand over and I would hold her a little closer down
Yes, sir.
here.
You get more control?
Yeah, you have more control, and then that
Yes,
way
sir.
she can't move her head around as much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is she lazy? Does she get lazy? Yeah. I can tell she's kind of, her head just keeps getting lower and lower.
Yes, sir.
Push her head up, and then watch her back feet. Don't let her get both of her back feet too far in, because then it looks like she's kind of leaning one way or the other. So make sure that both of her back feet are far enough back, and then just, I mean, if you rattle the chain or whatever you have to do to get her to wake up so you can get her head up.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So she does not want to cooperate, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So taking circles is fine, and I like taking circles when it's too bad to fix here. But like over when we stopped side by side over there, you took a circle as I was coming to you, so I never even got to see that. So salvage as much as you can for me to get by you. Once I get by you, then go on your circle, and then just take a short of a circle as you can, rather than taking the whole ring, because
Yes, I didn't like that I had to do that.
yeah, because if we were in a big show with 50 head in a class, you have to get your look whenever you have a chance. And so if you take that big circle, the judge might walk right by you and never even know you were there because you were taking the circle.
Sure.
So if you can fix it here, fix it. But if you have to take a circle, just do a little one.
Thank you.
Yep. How are you? Good. Okay, see how her show side back leg is really far back?
Yes.
When you push her that leg really far back, it makes the angle of her hock look really straight. So we just need to pop her on her heel and make her move that foot up, and then just pull her chin up just a little bit, okay? Let's put our hands together for this heat of senior showmanship as we excuse these five. We'll see these two back in the final five. Congratulations. All right, everybody.
Coming back to heat 3 for the final drive will be Emma Fuller and Anna Rogers.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Coming into the ring from Heat 4 is Taylor Nettles, Rayleigh Steele, Ethan Pettyjohn, Olivia Beavers, Clay Rowland, Iris Van Alstyne, Gatlin Busby, Katie Eubanks. Heat 5, be ready and start getting ready to head to the staging area. Heat 5.
did, but Heat 5, start heading to the staging area, Heat 5.
Pull her up so she don't step on that comb. Use yours, you dropped it. Now you can reset. I just didn't want her to step on it and freak out. She's liable to hit that table. How are you? Good. Okay, so just a second ago we had our back feet backwards.
Yes, sir.
And then now we've got them just a little too far apart from one another. Have you ever tried walking them into place, or do you always use your show stick?
I have. He really just prefers to stand squared.
Yeah.
And he doesn't walk into scissors.
He doesn't?
I've
Okay.
tried and tried, and he just always walks in the square.
Right. Okay, well that's fine. Just make sure that, like right now, his back legs are backwards, so just make sure when you're on show side, you got that back leg back. How's it going? Good. Okay, you notice how she's moving her head around a lot?
Yes, sir.
I think if you flip your hand over and you hold her down closer to that, the hook like this, like this, and you hold her down closer to that hook, that gives her less room to move around, move her head around. There you go. And have you ever tried walking her into place rather than using your stick on her back legs?
Sir, yes, sir, I have. Yes, sir. She normally does set up pretty well, but right now she's getting hands. Yes, sir.
But yeah, I understand. I've found that they don't respond well to the show stick on their back legs. They do on the front legs, but I've always had a hard time doing that. So I try to walk them into their back legs and just fix their front feet. Maybe you could try that. But yeah, just I think the big thing is she's moved her head around a lot, and I think if you just take some slack out, so she can't move it around as much, it'll be better off.
Thank you.
How's it going? Big fella's not wanting to cooperate, huh?
No, sir. Not wanting to get moving.
Do you ever loin him?
Yes, I tried to. He just
Doesn't like it?
He don't like it. He likes to sway and move around. So I just think if I stick him, just to leave it instead of having him move around.
Yeah, okay. And then when you're right back here, make sure you don't get caught. That's an awkward corner on both sides. Make sure you stay, instead of facing the gate, kind of staying squared with the middle of the ring. You do a good job though.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Okay, she moves her head around a lot.
Yes, sir.
I think if you take some of the slack out of the rope or the chain, you get a little closer down to her halter, it gives you a little bit of control of her head. And we need to scissor those back legs just a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
She's not wanting to cooperate at all, huh?
No, sir.
Is she always like that?
No. Yesterday's show she was angelic, but no, today I guess something's got.
Well, do you think you're holding her chin a little tight? I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking. If you maybe, because it looks like her head's a little too high, if you maybe just let her relax her head a little bit, she'll calm down just a little bit. And then when we stopped at first over there, you didn't switch hands with your show stick in you kept the halter in your right hand and you were scratching her with your left hand. So just make sure you always make that switch. How are you?
Good. You?
Good. These gnats are killing me. Okay, so we need to stay squared up with the show, center of the ring. And maybe it's because you're next to the gate and she thinks that's where she's about to go. So we need to move her butt around to where if I'm in the middle of the ring, I can still see her. The way she's standing now, I can't, because it's like a 3/4. And then watch her, sometimes she kind of gets both of her back legs too far back, and then she looks like she's leaning forward. So they're good. They're right now. They're squared up now. But a second ago, they were both just a little bit further back, and so it looked like she was leaning pretty hard. But, well, let's put our hands together for this group as the exit. We'll see these two back here for the final drive. Gnats are killing me. Good job. Good job.
Coming back from Heat 4 is Rayleigh Steele and Clay Roll.
Maybe she's coming into heat. She's not having a good time though.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good job.
Coming into the ring for Heat 5 is Jency Todd, Samuel Carroll, Chelsea Ranzauer, Ariana Cooper, Jacob Sorensen, Madeline Worley, and Kylie Bartlett. Heat 6, need to head to the staging area. Heat 6.
How's it going?
Okay, I'm fine.
Okay. I know you weren't supposed to be here. This steer came up in front of you, but when you're stuck in this corner, this is how you should be set up right here. See how you're squared up with the center of the ring right here? Mm-hmm. So if you're going to take a circle, make sure you take a big enough circle that you can get back to this one spot.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Thank you.
How's it going?
Yeah.
He's not wanting to cooperate?
Not really.
Yeah. I think you know, I mean, I don't think I can say anything that you don't already know. He's fighting you on the fence, and he never would stand still for you or get his feet right. But how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Okay, so I saw you were poking the back feet just a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I found that they typically respond better if you walk their back feet into it and then set their front feet with your foot and the stick. They tend to get aggravated when you start poking their back feet, okay? But once you get her set up like you want her to, see how low her head is?
Yes.
There you go. That's where it needs to be, right there. How's it going?
Good, you?
Good. I've never seen anybody show cow-calf pairs and showmanship until this show.
Yes, sir.
Do you do it all the time?
Yes, sir.
That's
she
cool.
Just had it about maybe 3 months ago.
And you just bring the calf in to keep the cow calm?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah, I never seen it. I think it's cool, but I never seen anybody do it. Her back feet.
Yes, sir.
They're square right now. A while ago they were opposite of the way they should have been.
Yes, sir.
Remember this side back leg needs to be just a little bit farther forward than that.
Yes, sir.
That other side. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I almost decided to not keep you because when we took the loop, you didn't take the whole ring. You
Yes,
walked
sir.
right in the middle of the ring. But I think you're doing a good enough job at everything else that you deserve to come back.
Thank
Okay? So pull her over there with the others.
Thank you.
Remember, the whole ring, the whole thing. Little tough for competition here in Heat 5. We'll keep 3 to come back in the final drive. We'll excuse the ones that remain on the other side. Let's put our hands together for a job well done.
Coming back from Heat 5 is Jency Todd, Kylie Bartlett, and Madeline. Coming into the ring from Heat 6 will be Lance Farr, Veda Bristow, Sophia Rick, Danny Wilms, Tessa Betke, Centuria Williams, Sarah Morgan, and Tyler Robertson from Heat 6. The first, second, and third heat callbacks from the senior division need to be heading to. So the callbacks from the first, second, and third heats of the senior division need to be headed to the staging area. In the staging area, we need Aubriana Caldwell, Savannah McIntyre, Carson Willis, Bailey Jones, Emma Rowland, and Amber Rogers.
All right, just like yesterday, make a circle and go profile right over here in the corner. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Make sure when I'm walking, like coming down the line, when we stop by there at first, if you've got a circle, try to salvage everything you can and let me get past you before you circle.
Yes, sir.
Because then I'll walk by you, just weren't there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, pull her up to the other side. How's it going?
Good.
Good. Okay, we just need to square her front feet up.
Yes, sir.
Just make them even, and then once you do that, just run your stick real lightly down her back and loin her.
Right.
You'll be good to go. How's it going? Okay, so I was messing around over there in the middle of the ring. I was trying to figure out whether I could see you or not from where I was. So when you pulled over here, you got your front end so far towards the gate that I couldn't see you from the middle of the ring. So make sure, like all you needed to do was take like 2 steps forward, but just kind of aim that way and you'd have been good to go. Just make sure that you're always, his side is always facing the middle of the ring.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
How's it going? Good. We got him a little too bunched up. All his feet are too close together. Both his back feet need to go backwards, and then we need to loin him. Okay? How are you?
Good, how are you, sir?
Good. Okay. When you pull him up and you're trying to walk him into it, use your left leg.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay.
So you're using your right leg, and you're having to put your leg all the way up here.
Yes,
So
sir.
just walk him, when you walk him forward, because you're waiting on this leg to come up.
Yes, sir.
So once that leg plants, just put your foot like this and just pull him into it.
Yes, sir.
And it's way more natural. So when he stops, then all you have to do is stand up and you're
Yes, sir.
done. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And then when you pulled out a while ago, you circled, you got him stuck, and you started messing with his back, his show side, it was fine. You got too picky.
Okay.
Well, if you can get it that close, just leave it. It's
Yes,
fine.
sir.
Done. Because then when you take another circle, then I have to wait for you to come back before I can see him again.
Yes, sir.
So don't get too picky.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Good.
We need to loin her, and we need to pick her head up.
Okay.
And she moves her head around a lot, and I think maybe if you take some of the slack out of it, if you hold her a little closer down here, not enough to aggravate her, but just hold her, keep her from moving her head as much, and then pick it up. And when you pick it up, she's going to let her back down a little bit, but you could just loin her just a little bit. She'll look completely different from the side. How's it going? Good. Okay, back legs have been the issue here. A second ago, we had them way too far apart. The show side back leg was way too far back, and now they're squared up from the side. So we just, that foot just needs to go back about 6 or 8 inches. You'll be good to go. Good job on the head and the front feet for the most part, but those back feet have got to be separated, but not too much. How's it going? Good. Okay. So we got a little confused at first about what was it. I know we're doing different from yesterday. Okay, see her, look, she's asleep right now. So you got kind of wake her up every once in a while. You don't have to push her head up too much, but if you just jiggle the chain and let her know you're still there, wake her up. And then be careful on her too. Sometimes both of her back or her front feet get too far back, and then it makes her look like she's really leaning heavily forward. Make sure they're squared up now, but when you first stopped a while ago, you were just a little too far forward. Congratulations to all the exhibitors in this heat. We'll excuse them from the ring now, and we'll see this young man back here in the final drive.
Coming back from Heat 6 would be Danny Williams.
Huh?
2 heats?
Oh,
You got 12.
I don't know. The 12 fit?
Go away, you're dead.
It'll be tight. It'll be tight.
All right, so all the exhibitor callbacks from all 6 heats will be coming into the ring. So when I call your name, headed to the staging area. We'll get you lined up. Aubriana Caldwell, Savannah McIntyre, Carson Willis, Bailey Jones, Emma Rowland, Amber Rogers, Rayleigh Steele, Clay Rowland, Jency Todd, Kylie Bartlett, Madeline Worley, and Danny Wilms. Head to the staging area. Now entering the ring is our final drive senior division showmanship, Aubriana Caldwell, Savannah McIntyre, Carson Willis, Bailey Jones, Emma Rowland, Amber Rogers, Rayleigh Steele, Clay Rowland, Jency Todd, Danny Wilms, Madeline Worley, and Kylie Bartlett.
Okay, we're gonna walk. Don't stop there. Make a whole lap and then go stop there the second time. 2 laps. Let's slow her down so she don't run in. Let's make sure that don't let her turn this corner until they all get cleared out. Just keep creeping up, but you're gonna get in behind that bull. Okay, everybody walk. Everybody walk. Go. Everybody walk. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. Okay, stop. Stop.
The junior and intermediate winners need to head to the curtain to take your pictures. Junior and intermediate winners need to head to the curtain to take your pictures.
Y'all pull up and take her spot. Come right here. No, facing the fence. You come here. Take her spot too. Can you go around and get behind him? Just go right in front of them. You, here. You, here. And you. Not you. You. Sorry. Okay, so. for the final drive in our senior showmanship division, I thought we needed to cut down real quick on the numbers that are out here. So I went through and made an initial cut. These that I've pulled over will remain out here. We're going to excuse the 6 that are still on the rail, but I do want to go through and talk about them real quick just because I didn't talk about them before in their respective heats. I think it's really close out here, and like I said before, showmanship is subjective for the most part, and so I'll just tell you the things that I think that I'd like to see you do differently. The next guy might love it, but just what I see, the young lady, I think everybody, all 6 that are about to be dismissed, do a very nice job of controlling their animals, maintaining themselves, handling heads, working sticks, and for the most part getting feet put together when the animals cooperate. What I see, the young lady that stands up front in the line over there, we took a circle. Again, I've said it all day, we have to take the whole ring, especially when there's 12 in a class. In a ring this size, we have to take the whole ring. That's why I left you on the rail, is because we need to make the best use of all this space as possible. The young lady with the Santa Gertrudis, front legs, we're getting them too far apart, and when we do, it makes her elbow roll out. I think we just need to do what we can to keep those as close together as possible. The young lady behind, that heifer is getting a little too bunched up as a whole, and then from the side it makes her look like she's leaning forward, and it makes her look like she's a weaker top than what she is. I think we need to stretch her out just a little bit and make sure those feet, her front feet don't get too close to her back feet, and vice versa. The young lady that comes next is probably one of the more difficult ones for me to evaluate out here because she does so many things very, very well. And I told her that in her heat, that I almost didn't bring her back because of one mistake that she had made, but she does everything else so well that I thought she deserved to be back out here, and I still think she just does a tremendous job. I had to make a hard cut. I think that heifer's feet are too stretched out from the side view in the back. That's why I left her over there. She could win this deal tomorrow, and I'd be perfectly okay with it. I think she does a good job. Just had to make a tough cut. Young man here, told him in his heat not to circle when I walked by on this first look, and not leave right as I was about to walk up, and he did it again out here in the final drive. And so that's why I left you out there. Make sure if I'm headed towards you, just salvage what you can. Once I pass you, then take that circle and get set right. Young lady's bull in the back's fighting her. He's moving around too much. He's getting lazy on her. She's having a hard time keeping his feet where they need to be. Let's give a big round of applause for those 6. We're going to excuse them, and we're going to keep working the top 6. Okay, walk us around. So stop right here. How's it going? What's your steer weigh?
He weighs 1,087 pounds.
1,087. Where's is this his last show?
This is his last show, yes sir. He is a terminal project and will be slaughtered and harvested. And we personally are buying the carcass back.
Okay.
My family is.
Is it 1,087 how heavy you wanted him to be?
Yes sir. Well, if I could have had my choice, 200 heavier, but we didn't quite have enough time. He's a younger steer and just couldn't quite get to that point where he was a bit of a late bloomer. So.
Okay. What do you think is the most important part about showing cattle? Exhibiting livestock in general, it doesn't just have to be cattle. What do you think is important about that?
So like in the show ring or outside the show ring?
Whatever.
So outside the show ring, I'd say treating them humanely, keeping them fed right, feeding them right. But inside the show ring, I believe that displaying your animal to the best of its ability is the best thing you can do.
Good job. How's it going?
It's good.
What breed?
She's a purebred limousine.
Limousine. Okay, and she's bred, I assume?
Sure. She's due April 24th.
April 24th. What's she bred to?
She's an AI cow. She's AI. She's bred to a limb-flex bull. I'm hoping to get a heifer calf just to build my herd. I don't remember who she's bred to, but she is bred to a limbing bull.
Okay. What do you think is the most important thing about exhibiting livestock?
Well, I definitely think you need to exhibit your animals to the best of your ability. That comes from practice at home, daily work, hair care, proper, feed, nutrition, knowledge, just so you can have the best possible chance you can to exhibit your animals to the best you can.
Okay. How's it going?
Great.
Okay, is this heifer bred?
Yes, she is 8 months, she is 6 months bred.
Okay.
We bred her a little late, our fault. She's going to be 2 in May. We normally like to have our calves bred, or calving around 2, like most normal industries, I guess. But we got her bred a little late 'cause she was on a show circuit and we didn't want to risk her losing a show. But now she's just out here.
Yeah, okay. What do you think is the point of showing cattle? Why do we show cattle?
Do you mean from a personal perspective or from like an overall viewpoint?
It can be anything you want to say.
I think for me, showing cows, I've just done it for so long. It's like basically all I do. It's a family operation. But from an overall viewpoint, I think showing cows is about teaching like others who don't know what and anything about it, for that matter, like teaching them what it's about. And like honestly, agriculture, like it's falling apart. Like there's not enough young people involved in it.
Yeah.
And just got to get more people involved.
Okay.
So I just think getting people involved and informing those who don't know, that's what it's all about.
Okay. Good answer. How's it going? Good. How old is he again?
He is 12 months.
What's your plan for him?
So he's like 68% limb-flex, and we plan on bringing him home and putting him in the cooler after this show and hauling him to our Eastern Regional and Junior Nationals.
Okay,
and
cool.
Possibly now, because he's been doing pretty good for me. So.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what do you think is the point? Why do we show cattle? What's the point of it?
What I would say, the reason we show cattle is to teach us life lessons, respect, and you get to show with your friends and family, and it just teaches them how to be good individuals and grows us into good adults. And there's so many other opportunities for us in this industry that it can just take us a million places.
Yeah, absolutely. How's it going? What is she again?
She's a purebred Angus.
Probably for like the 8th time I've asked you.
At the conclusion
okay.
of this event,
She's bred?
No, not yet. We
Okay.
are breeding her in a couple months.
Okay. Why do we show cattle? What's the point of it?
to like exhibit like what we've worked hard on and like exhibit what we know and just help like younger kids. Like agriculture is the best industry a kid could possibly be